Hey folks, as we start, if you could extend the courtesy of either turning off or putting your phones on vibrate, that would be appreciated. Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Yankee Stadium. My name is Jason Zillow, and I'm the Communications Director for the New York Yankees. I must say, looking out on the field, it's a good thing we don't have first pitch for 3:20 today. I think that would be in jeopardy. Luckily, in football, what I will describe as festive weather conditions are very much a part of the game. Today's kickoff will officially mark the start of the third annual New Era Pinstripe Bowl. It is also the climax of a week that will have showcased the distinct allure of New York City, the borough of the Bronx, Yankee Stadium, to our esteemed guests from the universities of West Virginia and Syracuse, and also their legions of fans. It's a considerable undertaking, and it's a grand stage, and it's made possible by a multitude of people. We have a handful here today, seated to my right. And at this time, I'd like to make formal introductions. Starting to my far right, West Virginia Athletic Director Oliver Luck, Yankees Chief Operating Officer Ron Trost, special guest and a big advocate of what is going to transpire today and has transpired over the last 2 or 3 years, Dr. Gene Budig, of course, New York Yankees President Randy Levine, and a warm welcome back to Dr. Darrell Gross, Athletic Director from Syracuse. What's going to happen now, I think everybody's going to, on the dais, going to have a chance to offer some remarks. Following those remarks, we'll be happy to take questions from everybody seated in the media. With that, Randy, would you like to begin?
Good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to Yankee Stadium. Great to have you here in this winter wonderland. I looked outside on the field. It reminded me of the snowballs, you know, the snow cones. It's beautiful. And, you know, Jace, the way we hit the last week, maybe a little snow would have helped the Yankees also. But it's good to be here. And I want to thank everybody for coming. We're really excited about the Pinstripe Bowl. What I do normally in this setting is tell everybody how we did. So going into the game, and this game looks like it's our most successful Pinstripe Bowl ever because of these two great universities. And when Lon and Hal Steinbrenner, who his plane is delayed right now in the weather, and Dr. Gene, who is the honorary chairman of the Pinstripe Bowl, who really, this game would have not happened without him. When we put this together 3 years ago at the boss's wishes, nobody thought it has far exceeded all of our aspirations. And as I say in all of these games, we're playing this game because of the boss, because when we built the new stadium, he insisted that college football be a big part of it because he loved college football. He played it, he coached it, and this is a tribute to him, and the winner will get the George Steinbrenner Trophy. So I want to first thank the University of West Virginia and Syracuse University, two phenomenal, outstanding universities, Oliver and Darrell, presidents, chancellors, the coaches, the players, and everybody associated, because they were just a pleasure to work with. Two first-class, great universities who live up to their name. We had a great week. Some of the events that took place, as Jason said, is to showcase New York City. They went on Christmas to the Radio City Christmas Spectacular. Visited and rang the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, visited the 9/11 Memorial. The West Virginia players went to Memorial Sloan Kettering, visited the pediatric ward. Coach Marone gave a clinic yesterday with some Syracuse players for New York City high school and young people. We had an event right at the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, and of course, a dinner and many events here at Yankee Stadium. So we're very, very happy. This bowl game's capacity is 42,000. It's not, we don't open up the entire stadium, which is about 50. It's 42,000. As of 2 minutes before I came down here today, we've sold 41,450 seats. So this is by far the most successful Pinstripe Bowl there is. The number you'll hear later, we don't do like a lot of bowls do. We try and do be consistent. The number we'll give you later is the actual number in the building. So when you're writing your stories, the sale number that I just told you, that's tickets sold, and the number we'll give you later is actually in the building. So we've hit all our financial targets. We've hit all of our benchmarks for this game, and it's time to kick it off. So with that said, Jace,
Lon, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, very quickly, as Randy said, we're fortunate to have two great universities, and I again like to express the appreciation of the Steinbrenner family and everybody from the Yankees and having them here today. I had the distinct ability to sit with both coaches, see the playbook, participate in the team meetings, and based upon what I can tell you, it's clear that this will be a defensive struggle. Few, if any, points scored. So sit back and watch a brilliantly played defensive game. But again, thank you all, and we'll see you when we raise the trophy.
I neglected one thing. Again, I want to thank Chris Koch and New Era, because without them, there would be no ball game. They were the people who underwrite it, and this year is every year. They've been spectacular. And I want to thank all our other sponsors.
Mr. Luck, would you like to comment?
Yes, I'll just say that, Lon, I'm not sure what I would do as the athletic director at West Virginia if I saw a defensive struggle. That would be very much out of character. But first of all, thanks to Hal Steinbrenner and the entire Yankees organization. They have treated us absolutely like kings. And our student athletes, our coaches, a lot of our fans have really enjoyed the last 3-4 days in the city. There is no place that's as nice as New York City, America's city, this time of year. The opportunity to do some of the things that you made available to us, in other words, for example, going down to the stock exchange and opening I think it became a successful day of trading, was just a once-in-a-lifetime chance for our student athletes, and that's just a great opportunity for us. You know, we didn't have an opportunity during the past 2 years as a Big East member to participate in the bowl, and I guess it's perhaps appropriate that as a new Big 12 member, we have the obligation of representing our new conference in this great game. But it's been a spectacular week for our student athletes and for our coaches. We appreciate the incredible hospitality. I'd like to bring greetings from my school president, Jim Clements, who had a minor medical emergency with one of his daughters and will not be at the game today. She's fine, but he's focused, I think, this afternoon on his family as is appropriate. And Dr. Cantor, Jim sends his greetings, and as an old Mountaineer, someone who played back in the 70s and 80s for the university and battled the Syracuse team on an annual basis, I certainly look forward to the matchup. Two great universities with tremendous traditions, and to be able to have our student athletes step out on the field of the, I think, most iconic stadium, certainly in the country, perhaps in the world, is a real opportunity for West Virginia University. We appreciate it very much. Thank you for your hospitality. The Yankees really have gone on out of their way to show us tremendous hospitality, and I think it is expected from perhaps the world's greatest sporting organization. So, Randy, on behalf of all Mountaineers across the country, thank you very much for the opportunity. We look forward to a great ball game and playing a great university in Syracuse.
Thank you very much, Albert. It's an honor, and good luck to the Colts and your son tomorrow.
I hope I can get out of town and get to the game.
We'll get you there. And Chancellor Nancy Cantor from Syracuse for everybody. Why don't you just wave to the crowd here so everybody knows? Great Chancellor.
Dr. Gross?
Well, I want to echo a lot of comments that everyone's made up here already. It's been an unbelievable week for us and at Syracuse, and on behalf of the university and our great chancellor, who you pointed out over there. It's been just a terrific week. I really want to thank the Steinbrenner family. Randy, I think you said it best when you talked about what Mr. Steinbrenner wanted for this game, and it's just outstanding. kudos to you, my friend. You've been just nothing but a class act. I think the only thing that I would disagree with my colleague Oliver over there is he said this may be the greatest venue in the world. I think it is the greatest venue. So that's the only thing. Everything else I totally agree with you on, Oliver. This fun week for the SU family was just terrific. Everyone just had an absolute blast, and so many people worked so hard and just tireless. Mark Holtzman, your crew, thank you very much. You know, you've just been fantastic throughout the whole thing. Montrose, you know, you've always been such a great friend to us, so we appreciate that, and we appreciate New Era and Chris Cook and his group, and just another terrific week. I think it was great, too, that we got to spend some time with our colleagues from West Virginia, you know, to have these two great institutions here and have the missions of trying to make the world a better place through education with two great leaders was terrific just to spend some time with us. And lastly, I'd say that really proud of Coach Marone, Doug, and his team and what he's done by putting Syracuse back in its rightful place and really has turned the corner. And we're just so proud of him and his team and everything that he's done. He does it the right way. And I think that's a tribute to him. Regardless of the outcome today, we're very, very happy about our football program. I will say that the weather is perfect for us. This is like home, and we call ourselves New York's college team, and what better day than today to call us that. So we're looking forward to a great game and playing a great institution, and we just appreciate the opportunity to have Syracuse University here at Yankee Stadium.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We can take questions now from the media. We have wireless mics, please note, and if you'd be kind enough to introduce yourselves, and if there's a question geared specifically for a person, if you could identify that person. Lloyd?
Thank you. Lloyd Carroll, Queens Chronicle. Randy, what is the economic impact of this game estimated for New York City? And I assume it's significant. Do you think the media has reported that as well as they should?
I think we don't do that. The New York City Economic Development Corporation does that, but it's very, very significant. You know, a lot of people traveling in for this game, a lot of people here over the holidays spending money. As I said, we sold 41,000 tickets, so that's a lot of people. So I think it's, you know, probably, I'm guessing, but I used to be the deputy mayor for economic development, so I know a little bit about this. My guess is it's probably $25–30 million at a minimum. So we're very appreciative to both universities and all the fans. And what's so special about this game is not only do the conferences and the universities sell seats, but Yankee fans and New Yorkers have come out. I mean, we at the Yankees have sold a very significant amount of seats. So this game is catching on with the local community.
Back center.
Mark Sell for W8ER Radio. This is a question for Dr. Gross.
Sure.
Second Pinstripe Bowl in 3 years. As of today, how tight and I guess how strong would you say is Syracuse University's connection with a prestigious team like the New York Yankees as of today?
Well, I tell you what, this has been a partnership made in heaven for us, and we have just a wonderful relationship. And I'm telling you, because of the people to my right with Randy and Lon and Mark Holtzman and the Steinbrenner family, and I don't know, you'll notice in left field we have a nice little sign out there that says Syracuse, New York's college team, and we're so proud of that. We're so proud of this relationship, and every time we come here, we have to pinch ourselves again. So it's a great opportunity. We look forward to having other great Syracuse events here, and so the future, I think, is going to be great for Syracuse and the Yankees.
Well, I would echo that. Syracuse University has been a great partner, and they are New York's college football team, and we're always honored to have them play here.
Front right, Brian.
This is both for Dr. Gross and, to a lesser extent, obviously, Oliver Luck as well. You talked about the connection with New York City. I'm curious, obviously the school's reasons for leaving the Big East to go to the ACC are obvious. As good as that conference is, can you talk about any melancholy that you might have personally about, I guess, what realignment has done to traditional rivalries like this? And the same thing, obviously, for Oliver Luck.
It's Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Oliver?
Well, you know, there's a changing landscape in college athletics that's really, I think, as we all know, has been driven by college football. We've had over the years a lot of rivalries fall off of the map. Penn State was an old rival of ours, and boy, we haven't played them for years. Virginia Tech was a great rival of ours, particularly for folks in the southern part of our state, and Tech's off of our schedule and has been for a number of years. And the same thing will happen with Pittsburgh as we go into the new, our new conference affiliation. So, life changes, life goes on. I think as we lose old rivals, we'll pick up new rivals. As we played our inaugural Big 12 season, I think most Mountaineer fans would, point to a number of very close games, all of which were high-scoring games, of course, in our case. But we'll develop new rivals both on the football field, on the hardwood, and on the baseball diamond, and it's I think, just part of the change that we see taking place in intercollegiate athletics.
And I would add that I think everything Oliver said is exactly right. I think it presents great opportunities for the future, and some of these changes have brought regions closer together. And so I think it's a new world out there. I think it's a positive thing from our perspective. And I can see it already worked as, our longtime rival that we've been playing every year, West Virginia. Look, we both are changing and we're playing right away. So it's almost like the BCS game, right? They get 1 and 2 together, right? But on a serious note, we look forward to it. And, things change in life, and we understand that. And there's going to be challenges. And we think this is a great opportunity for our institution and something that we've been able to grasp for a long time, and looking forward to it.
Second row center, Mark.
Mark Herman from Newsday. Randy, just to follow up on that, from your perspective, the landscape is so fluid, with the conference affiliations, with the Big East losing some of its traditional teams. What impact does that have on you and in this bowl game?
I think the answer is we don't know. The way these bowl games work is you sign up contracts with different conferences for a period of time. For us, it's 1 more year. We have 1 more year with the Big East and Big 12. And then, as there always is Darryl and Oliver can tell you much better than I, things change. So the Big East and the Big 12 have been sensational, and we're very loyal partners, but we'll have to visit it a year from now and see what happens. But it's very important for us to have geographically located schools, and we'll be looking at that as we go down. But at the end of the day, when we commit to partners, so everybody's going to get the benefit of the doubt as we move forward.
Second row here.
Ed Owens, Dominion Post. Oliver, this is for you, kind of playing off something you said earlier, the inaugural Big 12 season. Now that we're at the end of that, if you could just give your thoughts on how the first year went, what your expectations were, how you feel you guys met them in year 1.
Well, it was our first year, of course, and I think there was a little bit of a transition to a new conference, new venues, a little bit of a new style of play. I think ultimately to be in a position at the end of the regular season to be playing a great team like Syracuse in a bowl game like this is a tribute to the coaches and the student athletes. Just like Darryl, I'm sure I wish we could have gone 12-0 and been playing January, 4th, 5th, 6th, in the big game. But the reality is that we are not in that position. But I think overall it was a good inaugural year for us. And I think just like I'm sure Syracuse next year as it goes into the ACC, I think that we'll learn from our first year in a new conference because there is a little bit of a transition.
Standing all the way in the back, left.
Scott Grayson with WB Illustrated. This is for both athletic directors. You guys have both spoken so highly of the rivalry and of the friendship between the 2 universities. As tough as non-conference schedules are to do, is there any discussions or plans to maybe try to renew this on the regular season schedule down the road?
Well, it's funny because Oliver and I talk on occasion, and we have talked about the fact that, let's look out in the future and see when we can get together again. So I think, once again, it presents a great opportunity for us to meet new rivals, but at the same time reestablish some old ones. And so we look forward to playing West Virginia in the future.
Yeah, I think what's going to be interesting for all the Division I schools is the new playoff system and how important strength of schedule is. And I think that needs to sort of play out for a couple of years before longer-term commitments are made. But certainly, if we're looking to improve our strength of schedule, playing Syracuse in the regular season is a good way to do that. So it certainly is a possibility.
We'll take one or two more if there are any questions for any members of the Danes. Mark?
Randy, just wanted to ask you to elaborate on, that college football is so important to Mr. Steinberg. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit and what he used to say about college football and how he used to feel about it?
He loved it. He coached at Northwestern and Purdue. He played at Williams College. He loved it. He was very devoted to Ohio State. In fact, many times he took off one of his many World Series championship rings, and he was presented with the Ohio State National Championship ring, and he used to wear it. Used to put it in Derek Jeter's face all the time just to get a rise out of it. And Derek's from Michigan, and he just loved college football. And Lon will tell you, when we designed this stadium, and the boss was driving force behind that, like in everything. He would say over and over again, how's it going to look for college football? And I want to play college football there when there's no baseball. And, thanks to Mark Holtzman, who's done a tremendous job with his staff, Emily Hamill and Maureen Reedy and all of them. We're going to have college. We've had college football, great games that have been played here, and it's going to continue and grow. Hopefully, in addition to this bowl, have 2 college football games in addition every year. So, the boss loved it, Maybe if you shot him with sodium pentothal, he might even like that a little more than baseball. I don't know. He really loved it.
Take the final question, front row.
Dan Storr from QStation.com to Dr. Gross. Looking at this team where they are right now and knowing that this is your last game as a Big East team, what does it mean to you, being here today and also where you're going for the future?
Well, it's special. Today is just a very, very special day. And, like Oliver mentioned before, we're not in the BCS National Championship game, so we can't think of a better place to be than here, And as we talked about, we've got a great relationship with the Yankees. That you're in arguably the greatest city in the world. And it's just great for our student athletes to have the exposures that they had, just to be at the stock exchange and all the things they get to do in this great city is just terrific. And so in the future, we look for these opportunities again. Obviously, in New York City is huge for us. And as we go into the ACC and make that transition, we think that's going to be fabulous as well.
With that, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Enjoy your new year and enjoy the game.
Thank you all for coming. Happy New Year, everybody.